Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that surely the hearts can get peace, calmness, tranquility with the remembrance of Allah. So yesterday our topic in UP Diliman, the University of the Philippines, which is the largest university in the Philippines. And our topic was about the mental health. And mental health is related to the issues like stress, anxiety, depression, etc. And usually the cure which a human being have today is to go to the psychiatrist, go to psychologist, and to take some medications to change the brain chemical, to stop changing your thoughts, change your thoughts, or to shut down your thinking, or to let your brain to be asleep and not to think. So mostly they are thinking that it is a mental problem or the brain problem or the mind problem, but actually it is coming from the heart. All those sicknesses are coming from the heart, because usually when you don't have the good faith with God, with Allah, then you will get depression because you don't trust Allah. But when you trust Allah, that He can solve all your problem and He can help you for all your ambitions, then you will be not getting any depression. Okay? And whatever thoughts come to you, then if you know that it is from Allah and then it was no way to get rid of it, then you will be easy to get tolerant and patient on those things. So now the world has the biggest problem with those thoughts. The people can thought that the poverty is the biggest problem. No. Water is the biggest problem. No. What is the biggest problem in the world is the depression. Why? Because people who are depressed, they can kill themselves. That is the maximum worst condition of a human being, when human being is going to kill himself, suicide. And there are millions of people who suicide. And what is the solution? It's your faith with Allah. Remember Allah, trust Allah, believe in Allah. And Allah, or the God you believe, He should be the real God. Not the God who is a human being who has been tortured and persecuted by the people. Not the God who is an animal like cow or monkey, like some people, they believe like this. Not the God who can be like Buddha, who's Indian, or not the God, the Jesus, who was a Middle Eastern man. But the God we believe is only one who is without need of space and time, without need of dimension and direction, unlimited, infinite God. You cannot imagine His greatness and His glorification and His praises are unlimited. He's infinitely great. And you believe in this God, and you trust Him, and you ask Him, and you pray to Him, and you communicate with Him, and you ask all your problems to Him, you will never get depressed. And the people that thought they can finish their life and they solve the problem, no. When you finish your life here with your hands, next life you will go to hellfire, and your problem will be forever. So what is it? Follow the commandments of Allah, trust upon Allah, and let Allah to solve your problem. Give all your problem to Allah to solve for you. And struggle yourself, and trust Allah that Allah is going to get you out from which makes you a depression now. Also very important thing which I mentioned yesterday is families. We need to be close to our parents, our wives, our children, our brothers, sisters, our relatives, and also to our friends. These are also very beneficial for mental health. Because, as I say, the problem is not coming from the brain, the problem coming from the heart. So more we are with our loved ones, that can also help us to get rid of those situations like depression, anxiety, stress. This all will gain away with this faith in Allah, trust, belief in Allah. Be with your families, be with our families, and be with our friends, and good with all the people who belongs to us. To our parents, to our wives, our children, our relatives, our friends, our neighbors, and all human beings. So the good generates good. When you good to the people, the more good come to you. When you are generous to people, Allah will be more generous to you. When you are merciful to people, Allah will be more merciful to you. And that is the way also you can get a better life and get rid of those things like depression, anxiety, stress, etc. May Allah guide us. Amin. Alhamdulillah. Allah said, oh, Ya ayyuhan nafsul mutmainna irji ila rabbika radiyatan mardiyah. Go towards your Lord happily, and He's happy with you. Fadkhuli fi ibadi wadkhuli jannati. So enter into my slaves and enter into my Jannah, the paradise. So only the peaceful soul can go to paradise. It's Allah said here in the very clearly. Because if your soul is not peaceful here, then you have no chance to go to paradise, because you are living in hellfire right now. So you want to make your peaceful soul, then you have already started Jannah here, because you will be very happy in your heart. Even if you are very rich and your heart is not happy, it means you are in hellfire now. So very important for us to have a peaceful soul every time. And that will also happen, which I said earlier, the zikr of Allah, remembrance of Allah, la ilaha illallah, all day to remember Allah. And the best of the remembrance is la ilaha illallah. There is no God except Allah. Ask Allah's forgiveness, glorify Allah with subhanallah, praise Allah with alhamdulillah, and magnify Allah with Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. So this is very important things for us to implement in our life, that we need to have peaceful soul, then we are thinking to go to paradise in our next life. If we have a bad soul, depressed soul, anxious soul, or stressed soul, or the soul which is not happy and which is uncomfortable and without any peace, it means you are going towards hellfire. Because Allah said, "Fadkhuli ibadi, wadkhuli jannati." So enter into my slaves and enter into my Jannah. So another hint here, you can get the peaceful soul when you can have obedience of Allah. Pray 5 times a day, on time, fasting, give charity, speak truth, don't lie, be generous, be kind, be honest, be just. When you follow the commandments of Allah, Allah will give you the peaceful soul. So it's another thing, remembrance of Allah and obedience of Allah. Be the slave of Allah, then Allah is going to give you a very good soul, which will be, inshallah, going to paradise and not in hellfire. May Allah guide us. Ameen.